Hello, this is Mitch Nickelson, and we are just a few days away from the biggest wrestling show of the year, WrestleMania 33. They don't really do numbers anymore, so it's like WrestleMania Sunburst, because they do stuff like that these days. Joining me in this short little preview of the big show, like always, is first up, Al Jaxson. How you doing, Al?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great. Also joining us is Michael Pack. What's up, Michael?
Oh, not a whole lot.
Well, awesome. All right, well, let's jump right into it. I got a few questions. We're not going to go by match to break down the show because there's like 14 matches on the card. That would take too long. So we just got a few key questions. First up, and this is what's on everybody's mind, John Cena, Nikki Bella, regardless if they win or lose, the real question is, are they getting proposed? Are they getting engaged with the proposal? It's been a while since I've done that myself, so I'm kind of confused. Michael, let's start with you. Does John Cena pop the question to Nikki Bella?
I'd say probably. He probably will.
Are you looking forward to it at all?
No, I'm not.
All right. Well, how about you, Al Jaxson? Do they get engaged?
Yeah, I'm going to say yes, too. I mean, why not? It's WrestleMania, so what better stage to do it than WrestleMania, right? So, yeah, I think he would.
Okay. Well, I'm with you, too. I'm wearing my Macho Man Randy Savage t-shirt right now, and I think we're going to kind of get a follow-up between that. They're going to propose. It's going to play into Total Bellas and all that stuff, even though I don't really watch that. So good for them. Have a bunch of Cena babies. Next up, Broken Hardyz. They've been dropping a ton of big hints. I saw in a news release like a week or two ago that if ladders somehow show up in the Raw Tag Team formula, that pretty much means the Hardys are showing up at WrestleMania and going to get involved in the mix somehow. And sure enough, Monday night on Raw, ladders were brought in several times. So there's a strong buzz right now that the Hardys might be on the card, might actually show up on WrestleMania. So the big question, I'll start with you this time, Al, is will the Broken Hardyz be at WrestleMania?
WrestleMania always usually has one or two big surprises. So it would be cool if they would, but I'm going to say no. I'm going to say they're not going to show up this Sunday. I think they're going to maybe show up next pay-per-view. But like I said, WrestleMania, so you never know what's going to happen. So they might, but I say no.
What do you think, Michael? We going to see Matt and Jeff?
I think they will show up, and they might even interfere in the tag team championship match.
Now, my hope
with the Raw championship match.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to win between Enzo and Cass, the Club, or Sheamus and Cesaro in that triple threat match. But I'm hoping they have the match by themselves. They declare a winner, and regardless of who wins, I mean, I'll just say Sheamus and Cesaro or somebody. I hope all of a sudden, I don't know how they rig it up in front of like 70,000 people or however big the crowd is, the Hardys magically teleport into the middle of the ring. Once again, I have no idea how they do it, but WWE's got a big budget. They can figure this out. And then all of a sudden they say they're the best tag team in all of space and time. They lay down the challenge, and then they have a follow-up match right then and there and win the titles. That's what I'm calling. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm probably wishful thinking, but I think they'll at least be back by Raw after WrestleMania. They're coming soon. I'm saying yes at WrestleMania card, though. Next up is one of the biggest matches on the card, Roman Reigns, The Undertaker. We're going with a traditional call here. I'll start with you, Alan Jaxson. Just who wins? What are your thoughts on this match?
Well, I would hope to think. I mean, it wouldn't make much sense to me to have Undertaker win, but that's just me. I'm going to say Roman Reigns wins, and Undertaker is going to bow out. I think Roman Reigns is going to just destroy the guy, and that'd be what I would do, and just end his career.
Well, what about you, Michael? Is this going to be the career ender? Is Roman Reigns going to destroy him?
I do think it's probably going to be close to the end of his career, but I think Undertaker's still going to win because WrestleMania is his place, and he only lost once there. I think that's because he had a concussion, but it's his place. He's not going to lose.
I do think Roman Reigns is going to win, and that's against my better judgment, betting against The Undertaker at WrestleMania. That's my thought on it. But, the Roman lost, and the reasoning was that he lost a Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30, I guess. The reason why he lost that was rumors that Vince McMahon was convinced that was going to be his last match. And the way he is right now, I don't see how anybody's not convinced this isn't his last match, at least until he gets some big surgery and maybe a few years of healing up. I'm saying Roman wins. I don't think we've seen the last Undertaker match, but it might be several years until we see the true last Undertaker match. As far as I'm concerned, Roman wins this Sunday. And the real main event for the WWE Universal Championship, Brock Lesnar, Bill Goldberg. I want to know who wins, but I think more importantly, I'll start with you, Michael. Does it go longer than 6 minutes? That's my over-under. 6 minutes, longer or shorter?
I think it's going to be way shorter. I think it might go like 60 seconds.
No kidding.
But I think it might go 2 minutes. But I think Brock Lesnar, he's a younger guy. He has more of a future in WWE. I think Brock Lesnar's going to win it.
Brock Lesnar winning, but you think it's going to be very short?
Yes, within 2 minutes.
Well, what about you, Al Jaxson?
Well, is Austin going to be refereeing this time?
No, I think Austin's not on great terms at the moment with the company.
No, I think it's going to be longer than expected. I say this one might go between 10 and 15 minutes. That's my guess. But I don't think it makes sense that Goldberg would win because I think his contract's coming up soon. Am I right?
Yeah, as far as I know, he's not going to be here much longer than a WrestleMania, but I think they'll talk him into a few extra matches from here on out for the next few years.
Yeah. I think Brock wins and moves on to his next opponent.
Well, I think I agree with you. They've already laid out the main event. The big rumor is that Vince McMahon's already decided that it's going to be Roman versus Brock at next year's WrestleMania. I think Brock's going to get the win right here. My call is that it does go longer than 6 minutes, maybe double digits. It might hit 10 minutes, but I think it's going to have a lot of, the nonsense. There might be some interference. Might see Braun actually interfere during the match. Something big and kind of wild like that. Maybe see people go through tables or something. They're going to do something wild to drag it on. And there might be like a couple minutes where medical attention during the match or tending to somebody. It's going to last longer, but that doesn't mean they're necessarily going to fill it out. They're just going to add some fun stuff. I think it'll be good.
And those are two guys you don't want to see them go for 20 minutes.
No. And it can still be great, but it's not going to be a Kurt Angle match or anything like that.
No.
And it doesn't have to be. But as long as they, throw in something more than a 90-second affair, I think people won't complain too bad. I'm with... did you both say Brock Lesnar? Because that's what I'm calling.
Yes, I say Brock Lesnar in like 2 minutes.
Okay. Al, did you say Brock as well?
Brock in 10.
Okay. We're all disagreeing sort of on the time, but I think we all agree it's going to be Brock. And one final thing, I'll start with you, Al. Just what are you most excited about for this year's WrestleMania?
Well, I'll be honest, the Hall of Fame ceremony is always my favorite part of WrestleMania. So I'm glad that Kurt Angle's back. I'm glad he's getting the Hall of Fame. Same for Diamond Dallas Page. And for WrestleMania, I'm kind of looking forward to the Seth Rollins Triple H match. And, I mean, it's Undertaker at WrestleMania, so that's always something cool to watch. So, I think it'll be a good show. I
agree with you. What do you think, Michael?
I think I'm looking forward to the women's title match. Just kidding. No, I'm still looking forward to the AJ Styles Shane McMahon match.
That'll be good.
It's going to be a traditional style match, so it won't be interference and kind of weapons, but I'm looking forward to see what Shane McMahon can do, if he still has it.
Yeah, well, I agree with you, and I'm going to kind of borrow that from you. I think Shane McMahon, AJ Styles... Shane McMahon did an elbow drop off the top rope through a table on Raw, and that was, in build-up to this match. So I think he's got some tricks up his sleeve. They're going to do some wild... They're going to do something fun and wild. They have built it as like a traditional wrestling match, but they're going to do something. They're going to do some wild stuff. It's Shane McMahon at WrestleMania, so expect some crazy stunt. I think that'll be one of my sleeper show stealer matches. People are going to walk away thinking, man, why did I ever complain about that matchup? At least that's my belief. Could be a good show. I hope it's a good show. It's going to be a long show. 7 hours, starting at pre-show at 5 on Sunday. Main show starts at 7. You also got the NXT show on Saturday night. And Friday night, of course, like Al Jackson said, is the Hall of Fame ceremony, in addition to the bazillion other independent shows going on around that. So that about wraps up this preview of WrestleMania. We didn't break down the matches, but we hit a few of the highlights. Before we go, any last words, starting with you, Al Jackson?
Enjoy the show. I don't have any last words.
Well,
enjoy WrestleMania. It's always good.
Well, there you go. How about you, Michael? Any last words, plugs, anything like that?
Well, hell, it should be a good show. Tune into it. And you follow me on YouTube at Michael Pack. And eat your vegetables.
I will eat
and if you're,
plenty of vegetables.
If you're having bowel movement issues, get you a box of grape nuts. Those things always work for me.
Yeah, but no grapes or no nuts.
Yeah.
What's the deal? Right, as always, I'm Mitch Nickelson. You're on this YouTube channel. Subscribe if you haven't done it already. Find me on Twitter at Mitch Nickelson, and I will see you later.